Alrighty, here we go. This is called an LMI, load moment indicator. This is basically my computer for the crane. Tells me everything I need to know. Just a real quick rundown. This is an erroneous message. I think there's some kind of sensor wrong with this. Here, this is a counterbalance. A crane like this is not going to have counterbalance. This is my maximum load allowable. Over here, yellow, red, of course. Red is a no-go. Green is all good. You see I'm almost to the max. Here we have two. That's for two-parted line. That means there's two. It's reeved with two parts of line for this block. This is what what it's reading as far as the weight of the load plus the block and any other rigging that's involved. This is my Outriggers. It's in the green, means I'm fully extended. This is the swing away jib, which is accounted for weight. This here, this is the maximum distance of the boom. The boom's at full extension. This is my angle of 43 degrees. And this here is my load radius. This is basically, it's this distance of boom extended with this angle gives me this radius, means from the center pin of the crane to the basically where the load block will rest. And then this, I have no idea. This is something with my radius operating area. I don't use this crane. This is a rental, so I'm not familiar with this here. So, and you got, you know, buttons and shit that you can come in and access shit. This here, for example, this is supposed to show my faults, which I don't know what the hell this is going on. I think it's some sensor. So basically that kind of shit. Pretty cool. These are the basic crane controls. Before you do anything, this is your outrigging. This is basically your jacks that jack up the crane to level it. These two are the main front ones to the sides of the operator station. This here is the rear, forward for out, in for in, and of course down and up. And this is for the very front stabilizer if you're going to go off the front of the crane. Here we have our main crane controls. Boom up, basically boom up, boom down, line up, line down for the load block, telescope out, telescope in, and of course swing. These two operate with the most hydraulic fluid, so you can only operate this one with this and this, or these three together. You can't operate these two simultaneously. This here, this is for winch speed, to put it a little bit faster than if you might want it to. This is a single overhead ball. Basically, this is what you'd have for one part of line, which this would read at 1 at that point. With that block that I have on it, there's your 2-part, and the block is indicative of this thingy right here. Okay, that's a quick intro to crane controls. Oh, here's my leveler, of course. We're gonna barely see that. I don't like using those. I prefer a level. This is a range diagram. It's a quick reference. This portion here is if that swing away jib is deployed. This is basically for height. This can't be used under, what is this, 40 degrees? Other than that, it has to be stowed. And then this gives your radius versus your angle, which can be used for over here. This is your load chart. It's got several things, operating distance. So the farther out that your radius is, it shows at also angles and whatnot. This line here, anything above is going to break the crane if you exceed these limits. Anything below, if you exceed into these non-shaded areas, is going to tip the crane. But all these are for maximum reeving. So if you have your maximum load or maximum line up there, here's for your jib. Shows your different information of where you're allowable for your lift, maximum. Let's see, these are some of the basic warnings and whatnot. Basic information. This is a Manitex, a 2892C. Basically, it's a 92-foot boom. And this shows your radius of full working. If you have your front, you can come into this area. If not, you're limited to this working radius area here. These are your deductibles for your auxiliary block, auxiliary sheave, overhead ball, load block is what I've got. Oh, gotta answer this. See ya.